these on right? Okay, hello everyone. Welcome to our kind of homesteading. We're your hosts, Sherry
and Shauna.
My headphones feel really weird.
I'm sorry. How are you guys doing? Hopefully everybody is well. We are still getting hit pretty hard with this winter over here, which is crazy for like California. I think it's because we put into the universe how much we love California weather, you know?
Yeah.
For so long.
Yeah, and the universe is like, fuck you.
Yeah, and then they're like, you know what? Since they love it so much, we should really give them like something that they don't love.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. So, anyways, it's just
so out of nowhere.
I know.
We had like weeks of like never-ending rain, and we're gonna have another couple weeks here.
Another couple weeks, yeah.
And it's just insane to me.
Yeah.
Like, what does it mean and why?
I don't know. It's crazy.
Where am I?
Where am I? Where am I living right now? But it's fine. It will be good in the long run.
Yeah, no, we got plenty. We're definitely not in a drought anymore. Yeah, for sure.
It's good. And it'll be great for, I don't know. I'm trying to be optimistic. Say something optimistic.
Silver lining and all?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I'm sure there is one. There usually always is.
Okay, I'm going to wear these. I like hearing myself.
Yeah. But mine feel weird. They're like, did my face get fatter? Mine feel like they're squishing my face. Like really, like specifically right here.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh,
did I get fatter overnight? Me and my baby?
Maybe.
I swear I woke up yesterday morning and I swear Hero was like, I swear to God she was bigger. Like bigger around. I like picked her up. I'm like, you were not this big last night.
Clifford the big
just
red
last
dog?
night. Seriously, we just watched a movie actually. It's very funny. And just heavier. And I gave her to the girls, like, does she feel heavier to you? Is it just my imagination? And they're like, no, she feels heavier.
Oh,
she's
heavier. She nurses all night. Yeah, she's going to grow. Like, yeah.
She's like, yeah, crazy. Big fat baby.
Big fat baby. She's in 6-month clothing. That's crazy.
Yeah, 6 to 9 months. And she just turned 4 months. She is a fatty.
She is a fatty. Sorry, I'm just going to fiddle with this. Anywho, so today we decided that we're going to talk about prioritizing your homestead, like overall and like on an everyday basis.
Yeah.
So we'll hit on both. But, you know, like everyone's human. You get like flustered and we've talked a lot about just like how depending on where you're at in your life, right?
Yeah.
And that could be so many different things. Like if you're, you know, stressed at work, obviously that's going to roll over into your at-home life, right? And you're not gonna have as much energy as you usually do to do the things that you really enjoy at home. Like, does that make sense? So it's not, so it's really not just, it's like, yeah, there can be big things like having a baby that can put like, I don't want to say a damper on things. That sounds all negative, but it really
puts a lot of things on hold.
Yes.
Like I haven't, normally I would have like had like lots of things done, like my seeds planted and like, I don't know, so many things. I just don't have, there's nothing that's done.
Right.
Besides like my basic stuff that has to get done.
Right.
And see, I guess that's prioritizing for me though, right? Like my kids have to be fed.
That's a good priority to start with.
It's a good priority, right? Like everyone has to have food. I had to feed myself. I know that sounds crazy, but when you like, there's so many of them. And
I always forget to eat.
Even feeding myself, it's like, it has to be a priority.
I get it.
It doesn't get done.
I get it.
And then
I will like
the homeschooling, like that has to get done. That's a priority, right?
Yep.
Even over like other home, like obviously the animals have to get fed, but beyond that, it's like, nope, that fence is waiting to get repaired, or that thing is going to wait, you know?
Right.
And so, yeah, it's just where you're at in your life and the season. And we always say there's a season for everything. And that's true for prioritizing as well. So you can't beat yourself up though, is the thing.
Right.
Like I have a tendency to be like, oh my gosh, you didn't do this and this and this today. And instead of saying, good job, Sherry, you did all these things today. You kept all these kids alive. Like you're doing great. You're doing great. You know what I mean? Like, so I feel like just a change of perspective in your own mind, like will, you know, it does help a lot.
I have been doing that so much lately with my kids because I am very much like if I am productive.
Yes.
For that day, I'm like, that was a good day.
Yes.
You know, productivity. Yes. We got a lot done. Got this done,
and
that done.
And for some reason, that's what we value.
What we value.
Right?
Yeah. And then the kids are like, yeah, that was a good day. We were productive. Like, it does feel good. And, you know, and I'm like, yeah, that's great. But then I also remind them, I'm like,
you know what? It's okay. Even a restful day is productive
It can
because
be that's
your
for
body needs rest.
Yes, exactly. And I was like,
And your
I don't want
mind.
you guys thinking like obviously either way. Like if you're like, I want to sit on the couch and play video games every day, that's not.
No.
That's not.
I mean,
you know,
obviously,
there has to be
we
like a
always
happy
say,
medium, right?
Yeah, and we always say anything.
But like
to
we were
extremes.
really busy with the kids, like barrel competition and
Yeah.
all of that. And so on Sunday, which was just yesterday actually for us, not for you, but haha. We were just so like burnt out, for lack of the better word.
Yeah.
And
Like
I
a
was just
hair in my
like,
face.
you know, and they're like, you know, they didn't want, there's certain things that were like on the docket. You know, you have like,
Yeah.
you got to clean the bunny cage. You got to,
Right.
you know, little
Things
small
that you
animal
either
cages.
have-
We usually do that on Sundays.
And you have like daily things that have to get done. You have weekly things that have to get done.
Yeah.
Bi-weekly things. At least that's how we are, right?
Right.
Yeah.
But I was like, you guys, we'll do it tomorrow.
Yeah,
Like,
we deserve a day.
Yeah, you guys can like chill. Like, it's
Yeah.
fine. Because they were like, oh, I just don't feel like doing it. I was like, you guys worked really hard yesterday. Like, if I was doing all that, I'm tired. I didn't get up on a
I just
ver-
watched
you know, I
you.
just watched you.
I just drove you.
And I'm fucking
I
exhausted.
mean, we did a lot too. We did, makeup and hair and, everything. And then running
Getting
around
up
crazy.
at 5
Getting up.
I
And
hate getting up at 5 in the morning. Not a fan. Not a
I
fan.
I say that I wish I was, but I don't wish I was. I just
A
don't
morning
like
person?
it. Yeah, I just don't like it.
My husband's such a morning person to the extent
Mine
that
is
it's
too.
annoying.
Mine is too.
You know,
It's
'cause,
ridiculous.
like he's super helpful in the mornings because he'll be like downstairs mopping, I'll still be asleep and I'll come downstairs, but he's so like chipper and I'm just like, fuck off.
I'm like-
until I have like caffeine,
Like,
I've eaten
stop.
something. I
Yes.
have been like, I need to like, you know how you need to decompress when you get home from work.
I need to decompress in the morning.
I need to decompress in the morning.
Yeah.
That's my time to just be like, just fuck off.
Shut up.
Just
Shut
be
up.
quiet.
Shut up.
Because like
Yeah.
in a minute, I'm gonna have to like feed fucking everybody.
A whole army. At least it always feels like an army.
Well, like I was telling him the other day, I was like, so like, I know on his weekends he can choose to like mop the floors, but that's not something that has to be done.
No,
okay?
of course not.
But like
Yeah.
animals and stuff, that all has to be done.
Right.
Speaking of priorities, like
Yep.
you have to prioritize things that rely on you, obviously. But then it's like not just the animals that have to be done, but then I have to feed the family, which I love cooking. But when it's like every day, 3 times a day, plus the animals, like sometimes you're like, no. Fucking
I'm throwing the towel in. I
like,
say no.
And I was
Yeah.
like, it gets to a point where I'm like, and there's certain things, and I have to do it, or I'm like, and they all expect it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like I guess
Well, of
where
course.
you like look at them and you're
Your
just
kids
like,
are like, aren't you making food? You're like, no.
you
I'm
guys
not.
know how to pour a bowl of cereal. Like,
See, I don't cook like you cook. And so my kids actually are very used to just being like, Mom, are you making something? And I'm like, no, actually, I'm not going to make breakfast this morning.
And then they fend for
and
themselves.
they are really
See,
good about
I wish I kind of did that.
going
more.
into the kitchen and just being like, okay, well, I'm going to make what I can make. And like,
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
But that's because that was a necessity though, has pushed me to do that kind of, right? Because there's always, I've like always had a baby. Does that make sense?
Right.
I've always had like a little one. And like, I mean, I just can't, you can't do everything. Like I can do a lot of things with the baby on my head, but like,
It's like
it's
cooking
hard.
is- You really like yeah.
I mean, the stove, it's like
Yeah.
difficult. It's like,
And
bleh.
yeah.
No, I'm not making breakfast. So
No, I wish I kind of did that more because like I always like we always once a month I have the kids like each like make a dinner to where like I will be there with them and I'll
Yeah.
be like, but they do everything. I'm like, this is how you make, because I want them to be like self-sufficient in the
Yeah,
fact that
for
I know
sure.
how to boil water and make pasta.
Right,
Like very
exactly.
like
Just
simple
things, right.
I can make.
and they're basic things, but you'd be amazed at how many people like don't know how to
Exactly.
do that.
And I don't want them to feel that way. I don't want them to feel like I didn't prepare them for like
Right.
adulthood. So once a month, I'm like, okay, it's your turn to make dinner. Like, come on,
Yeah.
and they, whatever. And so like they could definitely do things a lot more.
Yes.
But like they still are like, no, you make us breakfast every morning. Make us breakfast.
Get on in there, Mom.
Yeah. So, and everyone's like, what do you have? And I'm just like, yeah. And anyways, but I was just tired and I was like, you guys fucking irritate me. Okay.
I
The
feel
fact
you, Shauna.
that you're hungry
Deep to my soul. Deep to my
and
soul.
need food and that I have to provide it is irritating right now. I know it shouldn't be, but it is. It was just, I was like, I know like you're tired. I'm also tired. But I just like get over it sometimes.
Yeah, no, I 100%.
I love cooking. I love it.
Yeah.
I love making bread. I love
It doesn't
making
matter how
food
much
from
it's
scratch.
like, I mean,
but like eventually,
sometimes,
yeah.
sometimes even parenting obviously wears on you, right?
Yeah. Well, that's what I
And
told
you love your kids and you wouldn't change it for the world, but like, you're like, I need a moment.
Well, that's
you
what
know?
I was telling Honest. I was like, that's like when we go on vacations,
Yeah.
Like, it is so nice to just eat out all the time.
It's
Because, like, I know
wonderful.
I'm like, I do not have to cook. I don't have to, like, look at my house or do anything
you know
to the
what's
house.
funny?
I don't have to take care of animals. I just am like, yeah, fucking get that.
I'm just living. I'm just existing.
Yeah,
This
get
is
that
amazing.
churro. Yeah.
When we were before Disneyland, and the kids would like, looking like the week leading up to it, and they're like, I can't wait for this ride, and I can't wait for this ride, and I can't wait for this, and I can't wait for this, whatever. And they'd be like, Mom, what are you looking forward to? I'm like, not doing anything except just walking around Disneyland.
Yeah, I
and
can do
managing
that.
the kids. I don't have to make any food. I don't even. You guys are like, I'm hungry. I'm like, what can I order you? That is what
From my
I'm looking
phone.
forward to. It was
I
amazing.
literally like planned out our food. Like, I'm gonna eat here. Like, I was like,
it's just so amazing.
yeah, it was. That was very nice for like, and I still like when we got home, I was like, oh, I'm definitely craving like homemade meals again. I just need a few days.
Yeah, I just need a few days.
Like once a year.
Yeah, fuck yeah, once
It
a
would
year.
be cool if it would be twice a year to be like reset and be like, like, okay,
Yeah.
But that is why, and also because being like the person that runs the household.
Yes.
Like you're constantly like, oh, this needs done and that needs done.
Yeah.
And it's just like your husband, or at least for us, like our husbands go to work. And so like when they come home from work, it's like they don't have to do anything, but they can, or we can be like, oh, we need your help with this. But it's like, you know what I'm saying? It's just like different for them. They can just turn off or go sit down or drink a beer, whatever the fuck,
Yeah.
And we're like, constantly, it's 24 hours a day. Like,
making
food, cleaning up, doing shit. Like, it just feels more consistent. And I'm sure they would disagree with that because,
I give mine like a moment when he like comes home from work because like he works really hard, like manual labor and stuff. But like, I don't feel like bad for you that you like I have a really hard job too. You know what I mean? And I'm like, you can have a few moments, but don't think you're not taking anything like an hour, even you're not even taking 30 minutes. You get 10 minutes, buddy. Go take your shower. That is your decompression time. Here's the baby.
You're welcome.
And because I'm like, how I view it is like, I don't get decompression time. When do I get to do that?
Yeah.
When the baby is sleeping, she's like a fucking ticking time bomb. It's definitely not a decompression moment. It's like, okay, I'm going to sit. We're calm. We're not going to wake up. Okay. And I sit. Good. Still asleep. Okay. And you're like the entire time you're like, oh my God, don't wake her up. And like the kids make a noise like, quiet. The baby's asleep. Like she's asleep. Like, it's just like, no. There's no decompression time for me. So, like, you are fine.
You can get over it.
You can get over it.
Yeah, see, I don't have a baby, so it's like a little bit different. I give mine more time. He definitely...
Well, he either gets the baby or he gets legend. I mean, pick your poison, people, okay?
Right.
You get to hold a baby.
God, I don't know what I would
or
choose.
you
I don't
can take
know.
legend outside.
And
he usually chooses legend.
I was going to say...
He's like, come on, legend, let's
I was
bounce on a
gonna say, I feel like
trampoline.
legend's easier because he... can just like you can go take him to something and
Yes,
be like
and
get
then
your
you-
energy out.
Yes, and then
you
Juan
can
sits
just
there
like
and gives him like, okay, now do this on the trampoline. Now do this, and gives him like like whatever.
Yeah, I feel like
different
that.
things
Like
to
the
do.
baby is like, you have to just keep it from crying, and that's hard sometimes.
Well, and the baby, it started off everyone wanted to hold the baby.
Yes.
And now no one wants to hold the baby, and like
and they ruined her.
they've ruined her. She's a terrible little brat now, and she like. Just last night, Shanley gave us that bouncer.
Yeah.
And she's in the bouncer, and, she's kind of like, meh, 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 meh. And then she's like, meh,
Yeah.
meh. She's looking around like, someone pick me up. And Daya goes over, and the baby totally like reaches up for her. I was like, wow, learned that early, didn't you? And then Daya was like, oh my God, she reached for me. And of course, she like scoops her up, and the baby's like, got my way. It was just, but they never want to hold her.
Now
They don't want to. Like,
it was
they-
like
don't
it was
get me
a
wrong,
novelty.
They do. It was a novelty,
Sworn off.
and she was a much easier baby, right?
Right, because she's just
She's
like
like
a
a little-
sack of taters.
She's a sack of taters. She has no opinions.
Now she has
just
opinions.
sleeps. And now she has opinions, and she's like,
And
no,
she wants
we're
to
not
be
sitting.
entertained.
Like, entertain me,
Yes.
you monkey. You know what I mean? Like, it's ridiculous.
Oh gosh.
and so now I'm like, okay, hold the baby, and they're like, no. I'm like, well, go to the dishes then, or go do this then, or
again,
go,
pick your poison.
Pick your poison, baby. You're doing some chore, and they're like, oh my God, hand me the baby. That's right.
That's right. Yeah, it can, especially like homeschooling lives, it does get very overwhelming very, very quickly.
Yes.
And depending on where you're at in your life, like obviously Sherry is probably way more overwhelmed than like I am. Like I have and like the amount of kids and the models of kids she has it's very different than my life.
Yes.
Like you can call me at any time and it'd be relatively quiet in the background. Like we can have a whole conversation
For a while.
and
For
you'd
a
be
while.
like, do you have children? Did you sell them? Like
Where are they?
but they're pretty much like, little self-contained, very, just doing their thing. And then you call Sherry, and you were like, I can't hear you. Can you, and you think like there's like a TV on in the background. It's just her kids.
No, just my kids.
So, it's just two very different, but still, even for me, I still, like I said, like the other day, everyone's like, I'm hungry. I'm like, fucking feed yourselves.
Well, because, and that's your perspective, and that's, but prioritizing your day and then prioritizing your week, prioritizing, like, you can prioritize however you like, obviously.
And the other thing is, too, with a homestead, there's always projects, right, that are in the
Always.
back of your head.
Yes.
So my suggestion for anybody that is struggling to try to work, like, oh, we have all this shit to do and it seems very overwhelming, is to make a list. And don't, like, be crazy. Like, you don't have to write down, like, put a zip tie on, like, it's just, like, things that are large projects, I guess, right? Make a list of your larger projects.
And then probably put them in order.
Put them in order.
One is the,
exactly.
is the first, first one that has to get done, down to whatever that.
And then if you hang it up on the fridge and your husband can see it every day, it really helps him.
Or you motivated. Can see it every day, or whoever does the project.
I was joking. It doesn't help him to get motivated. It just makes him annoyed with you. You kind of tap it, like, don't forget.
Honey-do list.
So I think that for, like, the larger projects, like, especially if you, like, any kind of things you need to build or make or whatever for a garden, like, so if right now we have another garden bed we're building, and that really will only take, like, a weekend. Like, it's not going to take more. And we could even knock it out in a day if we had, like, a whole day to do it and nice weather, which we haven't had. But where was I going with this? I lost my train of thought because I looked at that Yahtzee game and then I was like, Yahtzee.
That's weird. Do you ever play Yahtzee?
No.
Strange.
My brain just, like, flips really quick, though.
Yahtzee. No, you fucking play it. Like, why does your brain care?
I don't know. My brain just yelled Yahtzee and then I was like, the thought was gone. Like, what do you do? What do you do?
Your brain's like, let's play. You're like, no, keep on track. Prioritize. That's what we're talking about here.
And it's so hard for me because of how my brain works.
Right.
It's so hard for me to prioritize. I get overwhelmed, I think, more so than, like, an average person.
Yeah.
Or maybe that's just my perspective. Maybe this is just everybody. But, like,
you'll never know.
I don't know. And I will start, like, a project and then my brain's like, you can't finish this because that over there something needs to be done, and then you go over there and you start that, and then it's just like, oh, but you forgot to do, and it's just like, so I bounce around, and then all of a sudden the house is a mess. I'm like, what happened? So
what happened? What happened?
So it is very difficult, but I feel like my husband can sometimes keep me on track, but then that can be irritating too when someone's like, hey, you need to finish this, and it's like, do not tell. It's never getting done now, okay? It's never happening.
So way to go. I can't finish that. You forced my hand, okay? I can't finish it.
I hate being like, I don't know why I have such a problem with, like, anybody being like,
told what to do.
I hate it.
I know, ditto. I fucking hate it.
I hate it. I'm like, well, I can never do that thing. Never. Unless it's coming from my kids, because, like, how they say it, I'm like, oh, yeah,
your
you're
kids
right.
are different.
Yeah, your kids are different. It's like when your husband tells you, you're just like, no, fuck off.
I know. No.
Speaking of the baby.
She's a bad baby.
Does she want her mamas?
No, not really.
Okay, great.
He's like, just coming in to show you
coming in
just in case you forgot how she looked.
Anyway, so what was I talking about, though? I was talking about the garden bed. And
I mean, I think you were just going to say you're prioritizing.
Oh, because gardening season is fast approaching. Like, we plant in May. Like, obviously that needs to get done before May because, like, I need to get the soil ready and everything else. So that pretty much needs to get done this month. So, like, obviously certain things need to be prioritized over others because of time, like, sensitivity. So, like, put them in order.
And that's a really, really good point. Like, that's an excellent point, actually. Like, you have to, and
it's not just like largest projects, but
no,
it's like,
of course not.
It's a project that just needs to get done before this time.
Yes, exactly. Before a certain time because of weather or whatever the fuck, because they have to be planted or whatever. Yeah, exactly. Excellent point.
Yeah. So there's like, and even like when you're starting off your homestead and prioritizing, like I would definitely like plant any trees that you want, because obviously trees are going to take the longest time to give you anything. So I'd prioritize like planting trees and making your garden one of like top on the list, and then like other things like the building a chicken coop and stuff kind of more like in the middle. Like obviously chickens are fun to get, but like starting a compost, You know, all that stuff should probably be higher up on the list with like your garden.
Just like walking. We're good.
Okay.
Walking right in front of the camera a couple times. She's like,
yeah. Now
I knew she.
Now
didn't.
everybody will be all like, "Hello, that was River. That's mine. I claim it."
She's like, I didn't know you had a camera going.
You could have waved.
I was like, oh, there she is again, and there she is again. Look at her. She was like, hello. I knew she didn't notice at all, like because she was like completely like not even looking at the camera,
Yeah,
like
she was
completely
like
oblivious.
That's funny.
It was very, very funny.
So for like that kind of thing, when you're just starting off your homestead, definitely lists are probably your friend. Putting the things that take a lot longer to, what's the word? To develop, to like
complete,
or things that you're going to want, like I wouldn't be worried about animals until you had your garden in. Does that make sense?
What do you mean?
Like I would prioritize like your garden above.
You're speaking about like just starting a homestead.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah, because like you know, first of all, like your garden is a really important part of your homestead. And it has a really steep learning curve. I think just getting that like ball rolling and like that kind of stuff, I think that would probably be one of your biggest like things to tackle originally, along with like if you're putting in fruit trees in an orchard or whatever. I would even put that maybe above the garden area, just because trees, like if you're planting bare root trees, you know, they're not going to give you anything that year, you know, so you might as well get those started.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. When it comes to everyday tasks, so switching gears here, we did talk about it a little bit, and we talked about just being overwhelmed and stuff, but like, so on good days, okay, so this is a good day for an everyday task. Okay, we get up, great, accomplished. We go out,
one down.
We go out right away and we feed, we change waters if we have to. Anything that needs to be done with the animals gets done. And then we come back inside and we feed ourselves. That's like, and I know sometimes like the kids will be like, I'm starving. And I'll be like, grab a snack, and then go outside and then I'll make something. And just because it takes so long to make breakfast, the kids do like to decompress in the morning too, and to like sit and have their breakfast and kind of like do whatever the fuck on their phones, or you know.
Yeah.
And I want them to have that.
Yeah, exactly.
Because I'm not a morning person. I don't expect them to be, you know. So like, I want them to have that time too, to just kind of be like, okay, we just want to sit here and zone out on whatever the fuck they watch.
That kind of differs for us, just because like Corelli is my 12-year-old, and she like has to eat the second her feet hit the floor. She must be fed. She is in a foul, nasty mood until she has food in her. And I'm kind of the same way.
Hypoglycemia.
And I can manage it now, though, being like an adult, right? I'm like, I'm hungry. Walk yourself. Happy ass in the kitchen, Sherry.
Yeah.
Eat a cheese stick quickly, or eat something quickly, and then make another breakfast. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so, anyways, since she's like that, so Dea is always awake before Corelli. Corelli is also a sleeper. Okay. Dea, not necessarily a sleeper. Like, she really doesn't need the amount of sleep that Corelli does. She always wakes up first. She sometimes will just go out and do the animals, or she's like, okay, I'm going to wait. But while I'm waiting, I'm going to get these inside chores done.
That's nice. Look at her.
Self-motivated. She is such a self-starter. It's absolutely unbelievable. Like yesterday, the day we got back, or the day after this fucking barrel competition, they're all exhausted. Corelli is setting her phone all fucking day under a blanket, like, no one fucking bother me. And no one did bother her. Dea deep cleaned her lizard cage, cleaned her fish tank, went up to the bunny barn and cleaned them. Like, why and how are you like this? It's good.
No,
it's weird, though.
What?
Your computer's talking to us.
Oh, why?
What computer? But anyway, so our mornings differ a little bit just because of that. Like, just because of
like
the people,
on an everyday basis,
every single day, and just because of the people
and
that are.
And that's a good point, though. Like, it really
it just depends
because
on,
it works for somebody doesn't mean it's going to work for you.
And I do like the animals done before we sit down and have breakfast. If we are going to sit down, sometimes we don't have time to sit down and have breakfast.
For sure.
You know what I mean?
For sure.
Like when we go to your house to podcast, like there's no sitting down for breakfast.
Yeah.
It's like, get your fucking ass out of bed, quickly grab a snack, go to the animals, come back in. Hopefully we have time to eat breakfast. Like, we got to move, you know?
Yeah.
But anyways, yeah. So I guess it also just depends on like the people that are in your life, or the person that you are. You know what I mean?
For sure. I just like to do it that way because, like I said, the kids want to take their time.
Yes.
And I don't want to be like, you guys, like, finish
Yes,
eating.
yes,
You
exactly.
cannot take this
I
long. The
100%
animals
agree.
are waiting for you.
I 100%
you know?
agree.
So, and I am very much how our dad is actually. When something relies on you, I take that very, very seriously. Like, if an animal's relying on us to come out of their night pen, even to, you know, like to get up for their day, they want to come out and like either graze or whatever the fuck, or forage, and they are relying on us to feed them. They're relying on us for fresh water, and so I take that very, very seriously.
Yes.
And so I just like I do that is. And I think it should be the top of any kind of priority list if you have animals. Like, they just have to be at the top. So
yeah, and we have a little bit more wiggle room because, like, we don't lock anything up.
that is nice.
So, like, it doesn't have to. When we were locking the chickens, sometimes I would even be like, okay, I'm just gonna go.
I've done the same thing.
Let them out.
I've done the
At least
same
just let the chickens out, and then I tell the girls, okay, I walked up and let the chickens out. You guys can just go feed now. Like, that's what we used to do. Like, a couple years ago when we did lock them up. But now that we don't lock anything up, it's like, yeah, they have to be. My thing is, your animals need fed before you.
Yeah.
I'm kind of like that, but I learned through trial and error and a lot of stress that I just need to feed my daughter first, though. Like, I just have to bite the bullet. I'm like, you just got to eat. Because she would stomp out there, and they would always come back in, you know,
Fighting
yelling,
and screaming. You're like,
fighting.
this isn't worth
I'm
it.
like, okay, this is not worth it. Like,
Yeah,
the animals
totally.
are fine.
Totally.
Like, they all fucking graze and free range anyways. Like, you guys are good. You know
Exactly.
what I mean?
Yeah, because like I have like if I get up a lot earlier than the kids or whatever, I will go out and I will
unlock everything at least.
At least, and I'll just feed.
Yeah,
and
just
then
throw 'em
they go
food.
out and like
Yeah.
clean out water buckets and
Yes,
stuff like that,
yes,
and
yeah.
do feed treats and stuff.
Right.
And they do that part of it. But especially in the summer months, I always because I don't want to
Because it's so hot. Yes,
I always
yes.
am like I'm up before that sun's coming up, and I'm like out there
Running
I'll,
out
like,
there before the sun.
I'm like,
I'm
no.
gonna beat you to it,
No,
son.
I'm not
You son
going
of
to
a
deal
bitch.
with this. So,
Yeah.
yeah, for sure. Definitely depends on
Okay,
the
like,
season.
literally,
Specifically, that's
yeah.
season.
Okay, I know that it gets so fucking hot sometimes here, but I cannot tell you how excited I am for just the sun.
You are? See, I'm not.
What are you, why and
'Cause
how?
I-
Are you like
I-
high right now?
I don't think so, but I like.
I don't think so. Let me check. I am missing the sun so much. It is
You're a
insane.
sun person, though.
You
You get a lot from the sun.
I do. I
See,
do get a lot from the sun.
I get a lot from.
A lot of
I
happiness.
don't know why, but see, like last night it's a full moon, and I was walking my dog around, just our little property.
Yeah.
And I get so much from that. Like it gives me so much life. I don't know why. Like I'm a moon person.
The moon's great. Like a full moon is really nice. Like I
And
do
even
like
when
to be.
it's cold outside and you can just like bundle up and be out there and the moon was shining down and the clouds kind of parted and I was like, this is everything I need right now.
No, see, I don't like the cold. I really, really don't. And it's really funny
I
because my husband's like,
hate
we're going to
the
move to
summer.
Alaska when the kids get older. I'm like, well, our youngest is 4 months old. So I don't know what you mean by that, but that's fine. And by the time she's quote unquote older, we will have grandkids 100% for sure. Even before that. You
Oh
know what
yeah,
I mean?
way before that. You're gonna have grandkids in a few years.
In a few years, we're going to have grandkids.
Yeah, she's gonna be like 5. You're gonna have a grandkid.
And it's like, I'm not going anywhere, Juan. Like,
Yeah.
I'm not going anywhere. And I'm definitely 100% never moving to Alaska. That
Yeah.
sounds horrible.
no offense to people that live in Alaska.
No offense. It's just my perspective. I just hate the snow. And I hate being cold. I hate it so much.
I'm not a snow person, like for sure. I'm
Yeah,
not.
no.
But I don't live in the snow, so it's fine. Like this weather is fine for me. I don't mind it being cold. I really, really like. I do not look forward to triple digit weather. I do not.
I know, but
hate
like,
it so
I hate
much.
not being able to
I
be
like
outside
dread it
as much.
I dread it. But you still can be outside.
No, I can't. Right now, I can't. I have an infant who wants to be constantly connected to
Oh.
me, and she like does this thing when it's like super windy, and it has been super windy, and like we're walking, and she's like in her carrier, and it's like wind is in her face, and she's like. Like she can't breathe or something. Like she hasn't figured out like that's just wind. That's not someone blowing in my face, or like I don't have to hold my breath.
Yeah, you just got to get her used to it. She'll
And then
be
her little
fine.
hands get so cold, her face, and I'm like, oh my god, we have to go inside. Like I had her outside just the other day for like 10 minutes, and she like fucking hated it. She was like, "Where are we? What is happening?" 'Cause it's been so cold, like since she's been born.
It has been very cold. Well, and this past like month, it's been like even snowing where we live.
I know,
crazy.
it's just
So
ridiculous.
that's how cold it is for all of you making fun of us right now. Being like, it's fucking cold for us.
You're like, you're in California. Shut the fuck up.
Yeah, don't care. You guys,
It's still cold.
When we talked to our brother who's in the military and he's in Kansas.
Yeah.
And like he's like, it's negative. Like, be quiet with your negative numbers, okay? First of all,
Why are you there?
First of all, like,
who lives in negative numbers?
like, stop.
I know
Like,
many people do, but like,
but I don't. And like,
sounds awful.
yeah, when it's like in the 20s, I'm like, is this like a real thing? Is this actually like?
is this the real? Who's
Like,
controlling the weather? Is this
No.
a prank?
Yeah, that's so weird. I'm like, no, thank you. So that's cold for me. But I don't like being super cold, but it's usually not this cold, you know, in the winter. And
Shauna wants to be perfect weather all the time.
all the time.
Yeah, she
all the
would like
time.
just like.
But I am like a fall, winter, spring person. I
Yeah.
am not a summer person, which is weird because I was born in the summer.
I know. See, I'm born in the winter,
But
and
I
I'm just not a
despise it.
fan.
I despise.
No,
hate.
I
loathe. The only
I
good thing about it is
literally-
getting all your veggies out of the garden, like going out there in the morning and.
And the pool. God, the kids swimming and just.
I
sitting out
only like
there.
the pool because the kids like the pool, but it's like you know when it's hot and you're sitting there and you're like sticking to your chair and you like get up, you have those lines on your ass. I hate that.
I don't know who likes the lines on their ass. I think
like-
everyone hates that.
I know, and you're like sweating. You're sweating just sitting. You're like you don't have to be like doing anything. It's not like I'm working out right now or doing. You're just sweating, just sitting there. That's
Yeah.
not fun.
I still like the sun.
I do not like it.
I do not like
Same
it.
I am.
Sam, I am.
Anyways, getting back to, I was talking about like my regular days. So this is like good days, okay? So once the animals are done and we get back inside and I make breakfast and the kids eat and then they go around, they do all their inside chores. Like,
Yeah.
we have animals inside, so they have to
Right.
go around and feed all the inside animals, clean cages if they need to be cleaned, blah blah blah. And then I usually have the kids do the bread machine bread, like because it's easy
Yeah, super
and they're
easy.
capable.
Yeah.
And so like and they enjoy it. And
Wet
they'll, like,
ingredients, dry ingredients are good
yeah,
to go.
and they have a little thingy and they just like do it
Yeah.
and it's great. And they usually are like arguing, oh, you got to do that yesterday, so it's my turn still. I'm just like, okay, this is great. They love it.
yeah.
So that's fantastic. And then I have to like, depending on where I'm at for that day, what it is outside. So if it's raining outside, I'm like, okay, we're going to do inside homesteading things, whether it's melting fucking wax, making fucking candles, making bread for dinner, you know, making something for dinner. Like that takes fucking forever, right? It's just all really depends on the day. If we have to leave at a certain time, because the kids have activities usually later in the day. So it just like, shit has to get done. It really, like lately we've been inside a lot because it's been raining, so nothing's getting done outside. Nothing is getting done.
And it's such a bummer because there's so much to do and you know there's so much to do. No, don't get me wrong. We will go out in the rain if it has to get done. Like if, oh shit, there's a leak in that goat's pen. Okay, out we go. Like bundle up. You're going to get soaking wet. You know, that's just how it goes.
Why?
But
I hate that, by the way.
I hate it.
I hate it.
So I don't actually do it anymore. And it's really, really cool. It's really cool. Like the baby helps a ton, obviously, because like I'm like I have a baby.
I'll just
sorry.
have a baby. It's a great excuse.
I mean, she can't go out in the rain.
Yeah.
She has to be with me at all the times, right? Because she like nurses on demand. Like I have to be with her. Anyway, so Juan will go out with the kids. Dad usually meets him out there. The boys go out, and I'm just like, have
You have a lot of
fun.
people on your property to do like those.
Yes,
tasks,
we do
though.
have a ton.
And
yes.
we probably have more than the average person because, like, you know, my younger sister
Yeah,
and then
yeah,
her
you got
fiance
Jacob
and,
Shanley, yeah.
and stuff. But you know, they have like a 2-year-old, and even though her fiance was raised up here, he's definitely not, and he knows how to do a lot of things. Like he knows how to cut firewood and.
Yeah.
Like he knows a lot of stuff.
Yes,
like
yeah.
I always feel bad being all like, "Hey, come out and help me with this chore." I just feel bad.
Why?
I don't know.
That's weird. Don't feel bad.
I just do, and so I'll be
They
like,
live there. They
I
can
will
contribute.
do it. I will do it myself. But it was at
No,
the
I get
beginning
it.
of
Oh my God.
Look. Oh my! Show the camera. Show the camera. Look at they made her a hat.
I made it.
River
I
made her
made
a
it.
hat. That is very cute.
Oh my
we love it.
God.
Crown.
It is a crown.
It's perfect.
It is perfect. She loves it.
She looks
too.
adorable.
You
Take a
guys get
photo.
a picture.
You already did.
Okay.
We already did. They're like, we're on it.
You're a queen, Mom.
She is my queen. Very, very cute.
What was I saying? Oh, so it's at the beginning of the winter, and one of the chicken coops, because we had made like a new one, You know,
Yeah.
and whenever you make a new chicken coop, it's always that first storm that's really going to say
It's
that if
eye-opening.
you did a good job.
Exactly. It's like,
we did not.
I will be the deciding factor.
Yeah, and so it's leaking just a fucking ton. And so we're trying to, you know, fix the roof or whatever, and it's low, so you think this is not going to be that difficult. It's not like
Yeah.
we have to climb up on ladders.
No, it's kind of,
This is fine.
it can be
but
difficult.
because of
mixing
how
water.
the roof was going and because of where I had to sit, how the rain would go down the roof, it literally just went right down my back of my jacket because of where I was at. And it was raining so hard at the time. I mean, I was like, I'm soaking wet anyways, like this is fine. But it just got to the point where I was just like,
the
why-
chickens can die.
well, like, why am I, where am I right now? Like, why am I doing this?
I'm a princess. Okay, I don't know what's going on with this fucked
And
up
like,
version
oh
of my
God,
world.
It was so like, it was just so, and it's so cold and you couldn't feel your fingers and you're trying to like twist wire and like, it was just so annoying.
No, see,
It was so annoying.
I have not been out and have done anything in like the freezing cold for for quite a while. My husband is like, I mean, he's your guy.
He's your guy.
He's like,
I was out there with my husband, but it was like, it
no,
was
I don't
definitely
go
a two-person
out. I don't
job.
go out there. I'm just
The
like,
kids were even helping.
no,
We were all so wet.
No, you guys can go outside. I've put my dues in, and I know my husband has two, but I also have babies.
You have a baby.
So I put in like double dues.
Yeah.
And I'm good.
No,
I'm good.
if I had a baby, I probably wouldn't have been out there.
I'm good. Like, you are all going out there, and you can all have the frozen fingers where you can't feel the wire and you're still trying to do it. And
yeah,
then, like,
and you can't like
have
wear
fun.
the gloves because like
Yeah,
they're not like
no.
you can't like get your little
It's
fingers
awful.
around them.
It sounds awful.
It was one of those things where you get back inside and you look like you just got out of the shower. Like, we were so wet and like
No, so
jackets
awful.
like hanging up by the fire were just dripping
Why'd
with
you put them
water.
on the fire? Put them on the fire. Yes, but burn them. No, put it in the dryer.
I don't know. We
Like
always
a
hang
dryer?
stuff by the fire when it's all wet, like our shoes and everything. They just go by the
Your
fire.
shoes, but a jacket?
Yeah,
It's odd.
I don't. It works very well.
No, I know it does, but they're dripping on the floor.
Mm-hmm.
Problems. Could be
Just-
problematic.
I don't know. Just
Slippage.
put a little under it, you know, catchy it.
Shauna's like, I put a cup under the drip. Why would I put it in the dryer? It's so
I
weird.
don't know. I always like we just
That's
always
funny.
put them by the fire.
Or wring them out first.
I
Get
don't- 'cause
excess water.
I was soaking wet. It was like
No!
my hair was like wet. I literally like no. Like
See, you know what I do with clothes that are soaking wet? People wearing them, take them off out on the porch. We have a covered porch. Take them off and leave them out there. I'm going to deal with those clothes tomorrow.
that's
what
a
I do.
problem for tomorrow.
That's a problem.
Yeah.
I'm prioritizing.
Yeah, I'm
I
prioritizing.
don't want to.
Sherry's gonna do that problem tomorrow. That actually brings up a really good point though that I wanted to make earlier is like, and Sherry kind of you hit on it a little bit about how like you give yourself a hard time if you don't get certain things done.
Yes.
But like, so I think some, especially if you have things like OCD and stuff, it can make you crazy, right? I have ADHD, so it makes me crazy in a whole new ways. But like your house, that is last on my list for priorities. So like something has to be last. Let something be last and just get the fuck over it.
Yes, that's a very good point. I feel like a lot of people, and especially I think because of Instagram, because of whatever, like they feel like that's like everyone lives so perfectly. Well, no, not at all. Like it's the internet for a reason. It's all fucking just mostly just fucking fake, right? So or staged. It's not fake, but it's very staged.
Absolutely.
And so, there has to be something last on your list. I mean, obviously,
and let it be last.
and you have to just choose something to be last, and then you have to be okay with. I have like a hair like going in my mouth. You have to be okay with that thing being last, and be really at peace with it. Be like super at peace with it.
I am. I'm fine.
Like, so my house definitely is mostly last on my list. I do not like my kitchen cluttered and dirty.
Because you're in it all day.
I'm in it all day. We have a smaller kitchen, and the kitchen is like what you see right when you walk in, and I feel like it's a focal point. And like if that's dirty and the counters are dirty, or
It's your thing. It's your thing.
It's
Everybody
just my
has their thing.
I have
My
a
husband's
thing.
thing is the floors. So
Yeah.
he mops them
Right.
more often because like I
Yeah.
don't give a shit, and
Yeah.
he really does.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's his thing. So I'm like, yeah, you take care of that then.
So my thing is like our countertop right there, and
See,
then
mine,
the
mine
table.
surfaces. Mine surfaces too. Countertop
And the table.
Yeah.
It surfaces.
See,
because
that's just like clutter though. It's not necessarily cleaning. It's just like picking up. But
No.
see, and still that
No,
is
I
even
have-
hard for me. It's still cluttered as fuck all
I
the
have
time.
mad fucking. It's. I mean, the rest of the house. I mean, my God, like, do not even walk into my room. You'd be like, "What is this? Like, you live in here? We do. We actually sleep in here." And like, Like the rest of the house is like just kid toys, like just threw up everywhere, baby shit everywhere. Our bookshelf was all sorts of mayhem.
It's fine.
And it's fine. It is what it is.
It's fine. And because like I want to put certain things first. I want to do all these other things.
Yes.
I want to spend time with my family and to know that I like my family and I are having moments of like happiness and joy or talking or whatever the fuck you want to call it, you know, like
100%.
I don't want it to sound all like kumbaya or whatever, but like, you know, like I like having those moments with the kids where we're just laughing and playing or whatever the fuck. I don't want my everyday to be like, well, if the house is not perfect, everyone's gonna have a bad fucking day. Like it's just not who I am. So
and
my house is,
I honestly will
my house
try
will
to
always
get
be last.
that done. Like this morning, I got up. The baby woke up pretty kind of early. I woke up with her. My husband's in the shower. Like, I need you to take the baby. Why are you in the shower?
How dare you?
How dare you?
How dare you try to bathe?
I just held her with one arm, and then I got the counter clean off. I got the table cleaned off. I wiped on the table. For some reason, my cat's hair travels up to my tabletops. I don't know.
They probably jump on the table. What do you mean it doesn't travel?
I don't ever see them on the table.
Oh,
are you only sitting on the table at night?
Yeah, probably.
You're only, when I go in my room, you're like, it's everyone get on the table. All three of the cats, they're like, this is where we chill. It's weird, but like there's so much fucking cat hair on my table. So anyways, wipe that all down. And then by the time the girls woke up, by the time Lorenzo comes down, Aiden comes down, the surfaces were clean. And it was like, and we can eat.
And the day can commence.
The day can commence.
See, I've been really trying to be better about doing all of that at night. Like,
yes, I love to do that. But
do it at
sometimes
night,
I'm just,
but I am at
sometimes
my,
I'm just so exhausted. I'm just like going to bed.
Yeah,
Good night.
I'm
Last
done.
night
I'm
we went to
done.
bed. I left out, there was like pizza I left out that we had cooked. I would have
Chickens.
normally put that away. So much stuff was just everywhere. And I'm like, oh shit, I left it all out. Like I left out like the peanut butter lid was like off the peanut butter. Like who does that?
Fraternity houses.
It was crazy. Like normally it's not stuff I normally do, but
No, you have your days. It's fine.
it was crazy.
I totally like, yeah. I even told Honest, I was like, I want to be that person that's like, I'm going to clean up my kitchen before I go to bed. But I'm just not that person.
I sometimes can do it, but sometimes I don't do it. And then I just do it in the
I'm
morning.
trying to prioritize like my health more lately, and I'm trying to work out in the evenings, even though I know it's better to work out in the mornings. Blah blah blah. I know. Don't tell me. But like, that's just when I have the time to work out.
Yeah, and it's
and
when you're
like
most awake too.
I want to. Yeah, it's when I'm really awake, and it's when
that's a good point. Prioritizing your health over like
your house,
your
yeah,
house.
My house can fuck the fuck off.
I always tell my husband.
I love my house, and I love that it's our home.
Yes,
but like the cleanliness is not like gonna make it or break it for me.
It's not making or breaking it. Like as long as the counter's cleaned off, I'm good. I'm good. Everywhere else can look like shit. Like I just don't even care. And like you said earlier, like I would much rather spend the time with my kids, and I 100% do.
Yeah.
I want to sit down. I want to be talking. I want to be joking. We're gonna be doing things. We're gonna be eating meals. What the fuck ever we're doing. But it's like I'm not gonna spend time like being like, oh, I have to clean. Like no.
Well, and I know that I'm not the happiest person when I clean because I do not like cleaning.
Yeah.
And I know that it, as much as you try to self-regulate and like, you know, and you should know how to do it as an adult, still really can be hard. And so I know that I'll be more like snippy with the kids and stuff when I'm like in my really deep cleaning days, you know?
Yeah.
And
you're like, that's not worth it.
And it's not worth it.
Yeah.
And it's not worth like, it's
See,
like,
I don't get snippy, and I do actually like to clean. But when my kids are not in my house, I'm gonna have a really clean house, by the way, because I actually really do enjoy cleaning.
I don't.
So like,
You can come clean my house too.
and I prioritize the cleaning. Like if I can get more than just the surfaces cleaned, I'm like the other day, the baby was passed out, and she actually let me. Oh, I was wearing her, and then the girls were outside, with doing something with the bunny. Legends outside, and I'm like, I'm gonna get the fucking stove cleaned. I'm gonna clean my stove. And I did.
Did everybody hear that? Okay?
I did.
Cleaning
and
my
it was
stove.
magical, and it looked so good afterwards, and the entire kitchen was clean, and I was like, that is pretty. but then you
cook dinner.
Then you cook
It's
dinner.
fucked.
And it's
That's why I'm like, fuck it. I always tell Honest, he'll be like cleaning because Honest things like that bug him way before they bug me. And so he'll clean
Ditto
up.
for my husband.
And I'll be like, I don't know why you're doing that. I'm gonna be making
Just
a
gonna get
mess
dirty
in about
again.
5 minutes.
Yeah.
I'm about to like, and I understand like obviously you have to clean it eventually, but I'm just like, It's like making your bed. I was like, there's no point.
See, Legend's been on Legend. Interestingly enough, I don't know where he even got
I like
this.
throw the blankets over, but I'm not going to be all like, oh, and I have these throw pillows. I'm like, nobody has. I have to take those off and then put them.
Do people have throw pillows?
Yes.
Besides on their couch?
Yes, they have throw. Yeah, I know. Like
Even the ones on the couch, I get totally tired of. I like the way they look, but like, damn, they're so annoying. They're always
I
on the
know.
fucking floor.
Always on the floor.
They're always covered in dog hair.
Always.
Why do I have these?
Why?
But then I put them on, and I'm like, oh, they did look so cute.
But like, I'm never.
When there's no
I'm
one on the
never, like,
couch.
going into. I did tell myself recently that I was gonna like redo my bedroom and make it more like kind of space, you know. But then I was like, I'm only in my bedroom to sleep. I'm never in there.
See, yeah.
I'm never in there. I'm not like in there being all like, I have like, you know, what, I don't even know what people do. But I'm like, I don't care if my
I don't even know what
bed's-
people do. See, sometimes half my kids will be in there. Or
Your
sometimes
house is
they're
a lot
in,
smaller.
Yes, and so sometimes they'll just go in there and they'll just chill in the bed.
Yeah. See,
they'll
if we
chill
were
in the
like
little-
chilling in there, I'd probably want to do it more.
Yeah.
But I don't really have a drive to make it like I wanted to.
Yeah,
like,
because your kids don't go up there. It's
like,
all
I made
it's like
my-
upstairs, and
my-
they're like, no, thank you.
I want to like redo my kitchen. I'm in my kitchen all fucking day. My dining room, yes, like I love my dining room. To look
Yeah,
all like
yeah.
you know, and like my laundry room. Those are like the three main ones for me. We're in the living room most of the time, but it's the kids like play area, and they put out their mats and they're doing like tumbling and shit in there.
Yeah, it's like, fine,
So
have it.
have it.
I don't even want it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but those are like my spaces where I want them to look cute and like whatever, even though they rarely do. But people are coming over this weekend, so you know.
Who?
You and Shanley's in-laws for Shanley's birthday Saturday.
Oh shit! I didn't even know that I was coming over.
You did know that.
I didn't,
Well, now you do.
or maybe I did. I just forgot.
Yeah.
It's Shanley's birthday, so obviously I did know that.
You did know that.
Is it already her birthday? It's
Her-
only the fucking 6th today or something crazy.
Well, her birthday is in a week from
tomorrow.
tomorrow.
Oh wow, that's weird. She like sent us that text about like what she wants. It's like so cute.
Yeah.
She's like,
oh no, because
you've
I
been
asked.
asking.
Because
And
I
was
asked her like
I know,
1,000.
I hasn't been asking.
I asked her 1,000 times. I'm like, I don't know what to get you. I need you to tell me.
And then you buy something, and then she's like, "This is what I want."
Yeah,
Yeah,
and
you're
I
like,
was
"Fuck off! I already bought you something."
I was like, damn it. Anywho, thank you guys all so much for listening.
Yes.
A big shout out to our patrons. If you haven't checked out our Patreon, please go do so. We're doing a lot of fun things. We just did a super fun episode last week. What was it called?
Sex,
Drugs, and restaurants.
Yeah, it was super fun.
And it was just about our younger years. There wasn't drugs involved, but we just added that in there for funsies. But
There wasn't drugs involved. No, there wasn't.
No, we weren't that naughty, but it was pretty, you know, it was a fun time. Anyway, so if you want to check that out, that'd be great. It is called Porch Talk with Our Kind of Homesteading. It's Patreon exclusive. There's different tiers that are available. You can pledge $3 a month and you can get 2 episodes, or it goes up from there. So it's not a lot. It's only $3 a month. And it would help us out a ton to keep all of this going.
Yes, definitely.
But shout out to our top patrons, are Tegan and Lexi, and then the other one is Megan. So thank you all. Oh, and our mom. We always forget to shout out mom.
We love you, Mom.
We love you, mom.
Our very first patron.
She's our very first and one of our top patrons. So thank you all so much to those 4 and all of our patrons for
Yes, and everybody, because you guys
pledging.
are all amazing, and hopefully we can keep this all going. We've been at it for 2 years now.
almost 2 years.
It's almost been
Or
2
almost
years.
2 years.
In April, it'll be 2 years. It's crazy.
Crazy.
But yeah.
But if you want to get a hold of us, you can, as always, get a hold of us through Instagram, or you can email us, ourkindofhomesteading@gmail.com.
Yes.
Other than that, I think that's a wrap.
That's right.
So we'll talk to y'all next time.
Bye, guys.
Bye.